Okay, in our last video we had talked about the ClickDimensions dashboard and the IP organization records, and we were talking about anonymous visitors. And so I'm looking at a list of the anonymous visitors that have come onto our site. Again, when somebody comes to your site, we put a cookie in their browser. We use a first-party cookie so that we're privacy friendly. And we keep track of all the visits that person makes based on the identifier that's in that cookie. So in this list we're seeing the organization that the visitor came from, we're seeing the score based on all their page views and visits that we've accumulated, we're seeing their geographical information, their IP address, and it is sorted by modified date because as the person visits and goes to new pages, that increases their lead score, which means their record, their anonymous visitor record, is being modified. So the most recent anonymous visitor is always at the top of the list here. Again, if I open up an anonymous visitor record, I can see the number of visits they've had, and then I can open up the visit and see all the details about the visit we talked about in the first video, including the page views. So here's my list of visitors. If I just want to see visits, all visits, whether they're from anonymous or identified visitors, and again, an identified visitor is a lead or a contact that's already in your system. We've figured out that it's that specific person. They've taken some action to identify themselves to us. But we can see that. So you can see I've got a visit here. I'm a contact. We've got a lead with a visit, a couple leads. We see the duration of each visit in seconds, the score for each visit, we see the browser information and whatnot. And if I go to a visit where somebody had come from a search engine, which I can easily find just by querying on the visit, then I can see what people are searching on. So for example, if I pull in this visit and I look at the record, I can see that it came from Google New Zealand, that was a search engine. I can see the person searched on ClickDimensions, and of course I can see the full URL if I want to, but we've just really made it easier by parsing out some of this data from an analytics standpoint. And of course I see the score, the duration, the total pages, whatever the case may be. I can see, of course, the page views under this visit. So I've really got a lot of flexibility in terms of how I see my visits. If I want to see every visit that came from Facebook, I can see that. And so here's a new one that came in from Facebook. I can see, the URL. I can see that it's been categorized as social. I can see the actual link that came in, so they probably went to our Facebook fan page or something and came into the site, and I can see all that information. If I want to see anything from any social site, these are just views I've created. You can create views however you want to, but if I look at this most recent view here, let's see where that came from. Came from LinkedIn, and because I put a parameter in my LinkedIn ad at the end of it, I can see all that traffic that comes in from those LinkedIn ads. So I've even created a query for that, all visits from LinkedIn ads, and I can see those that have come into the site. So I get a really good kind of overview from a visit standpoint. When I look at my page views, we can track not only views on pages to your site, but also clicks on PDF links or any other document. We can tell anytime somebody has, if you want to make links to other sites trackable, we can do that, and I'll show you how to do that in a different video. But you see all the different page views. So for example, here is one where somebody clicked on our data sheet, and I can see the text that they clicked on to download it. I can see the actual URL. I can see that it was a link, and I can see what the page was on when they actually clicked it, the referring information. So I have this on all my page views, and so that gives you a little bit more depth into the web tracking with ClickDimensions.